Good morning, Packers fans. Aaron Nagler here with your Packers Daily Chat, coming to you live on the Cheesehead TV social channels. Hope you're all doing well on this fine Thursday morning. It's NFL schedule release day. And thanks to our good buddy Kyle Kuzno there in Green Bay, we already know a decent amount of the Packers schedule, including the fact that the Packers are, for the second year in a row, playing on Christmas Day. However, this time it's not in the friendly confines of Lambeau Field. It will be down in Miami. Gross. And, look, I know no one cares, but I think it's pretty absurd that the NFL has the Packers on Christmas for a second year in a row, disrupting the family time and the routine for hundreds of people who work in and around the Packers organization. I understand the Packers are an easy draw. Put them on any national broadcast, you're going to draw eyeballs. You're going to have big numbers. But, man, it is. I thought last year, Christmas Day, awesome. Once every 8-10 years or so, no problem with that. 2 years in a row, I haven't even told my kids yet. They're going to be pissed. But anyway, we do know so far from Kyle, the majority of the home schedule is pretty much set. I know the home opener is in week 2. It's a Sunday night football game against the Bears. So shades of Rodgers coming out at halftime and blowing them up again. That's always fun. Week 4, they're hosting New England. And then traveling to London, that game was already known, to play the Giants, and then back to Lambeau in week 6. I know a lot of people had assumed that the Packers would have their bye after the London game, but that is not the case. They will be playing at home against the Jets. We knew yesterday they faced Dallas in week 10. That following week after the Dallas game, they are playing the Titans on Thursday Night Football. Then they get the Rams in week 15 for a nice, crisp, cold Monday Night Football game. I love that the Rams put into the league. They requested the London game to face the Packers. They're tired of coming to Lambeau and losing, and the league was like, nah, how about a late season nighttime game in Lambeau Field? I love it. Then the Christmas game, and then they finish up with a 2-game homestand against the Vikings and then Detroit. And we all know the Packers love finishing off the season against the Lions. So there you have it. That's what's known so far about the schedule. The full release, obviously, is tonight. I think it is patently absurd what the NFL is doing as far as this rollout. Just release the schedule. It's absurd what they're doing as far as spreading it out, leaking or announcing certain games here, certain games there. Man, it's paperwork. People got lives. We got to understand what we're going to be doing in the fall as far as travel goes and just trying to make our lives a little easier. Just release the schedule. Just release it. That's all you got to do. I know I'm a curmudgeon. I can't help it. Good morning, everybody in the comments section. Good to see everybody already mixing it up, including Luke. What's up, Luke? How you doing, buddy? Cheers from New York. Go, Pack, go. Luke has made the trip across country in New York City. Luke, what's going on, buddy? Hopefully I'll see you while you're in town. Tyler, what's going on, man? Bucks in 6. Defense wins championships. Go, Pack, go. That was a hell of an ending last night, right? I was recording during the majority of that game, but I did see kind of the last 5 minutes, and it was worth the drama, baby. And I want to give a shout out to my buddy Adam Lefko, who is doing TNT's coverage on Twitter. They have like a live watch party, and that's how I watched the end of the game. And man, he's so good. Lefko is so good. You guys know I'm not a basketball guy, but man, he makes it so much fun. Lefko is the man. 8 p.m. Eastern release is ridiculous. Boggs, you ain't lying. It's got to be a primetime event, I mean, they took the combine, which is literally just a medical examination, and turned that into an extravaganza. They've made the draft, which is legit something you could just be a CBS sports fantasy app, but they've turned that into a monster extravaganza, 3 nights, blah, blah, blah. And now the schedule release is getting bloated and ridiculous. Any opportunity the NFL can get, it's all good. Why are fans worried about giving up a home game? We get a bonus home game at Soldier Field. Hell! Nice one, FB. I like it. Sandy, good morning. Thanks for joining us on Facebook. Hey, here's the latest, boys and girls, for those of you who have followed the Facebook page for a while, the Cheesehead TV page. You'll notice, I think this morning or overnight, had the verification badge taken away. That is the literal first sign of Facebook doing anything about our Facebook page being hacked in 2 weeks. So I don't know. Hopefully there's a resolution around the corner pretty soon. But I in the meantime, You can follow me on my Facebook page, my blogger page on Facebook. Just look for Nagler Packers. That's me. What's up? The People's Man MVP. There's a lot going on there, buddy. What's with these love for a third rumors? Have a great day, Aaron. They're just rumors. That's all they are. You can ignore all that. I got asked about this on the what do you call it? On the happy hour last night. You know, I keep checking in, and I don't find any validity to it. So I think you can safely ignore all that. NFL wants to capitalize on Rodgers while he's still around. A couple of years from now, we could be playing at noon on Sunday every week. Good. Look, I don't mind playing primetime, right? I don't mind that they get a lot of non-noon games. Like, I don't mind that. It's the Christmas 2 years in a row that bugs the shit out of me. Like, and I don't even, like, ultimately, release the schedule, make it a bloated affair, fine. That's whatever. And I get it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They want to squeeze every ounce out of Rodgers that they can as a programming thing, right? And I get that. Totally get it. But, man, it's going to be nice when the Packers aren't on as many kind of primetime games and 4 o'clock games. We can just get some nice 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central kickoffs like back in the old days. I won't mind it. But then we all know, Jordan Love will take over. He's going to be a superstar, and they'll still win like 12, 13 games a year, and then they'll be back to playing prime time all the time. So, champagne problems. What are you going to do? What percentage of the playbook do teams roll out in training camp knowing players will be cut and no part of the playbook? Well, all of it as far as installs go. They don't game plan. No, that's the kind of thing where you're not going to be privy to it unless you're on the team the week leading up to a game. But yeah, they got to install. Guys got to learn it. And as far as like tipping secrets or whatever, most things. I mean, not all of it. Obviously, teams have wrinkles and little differences from team to team, but for the most part, I mean, a post route is a post route. Cover 3 is cover 3. Nobody's splitting the atom. Like, there are certainly aspects of adjustments at the line of scrimmage and maybe things they want you to do maybe a little bit differently than you would find in another NFL team, but for the most part, you're learning the playbook on the installs as far as like technique goes and what they're being asked to do within the confines of a certain concept, rather than like these are top secret things. Like, you don't even game plan really until the week of, or maybe if it's week 1, a couple weeks before. And if you're a guy getting cut, you're probably not privy to most of that information. The only guys who are players are Rodgers and maybe would have been Devontae back in the day, but not anymore, obviously. But they got to learn all the concepts. That's just part of the gig. But yeah, if they get cut and go to another team, then it's not like they have valuable information that no one else in the league has thought of or anything like that. T. Taylor, what's up, man? If Amari Rodgers doesn't step it up this year, do you feel the Packers move on? He seemed really lackluster, both in the slot and on special teams. Yeah, I mean, you can't look at his stint as a returner and think of anything but disappointment. There's no doubt there. I think lackluster from the slot is a bit of a misnomer. I don't think he was given many opportunities. And I think he was uneven. There's no doubt about it. There's a great sequence in the Cardinals game that shows everything you need to know about Amari, where I think he has a drop out in the right flat, and Aaron comes back to him literally on the next play as a dump off, and he picks up a first down after, eluding a tackle, what have you. It's just uneven, but outside of a game here or there, he was not given any opportunities. So I would caution against prescribing what he is supposed to have put on tape last season when there isn't a whole lot of tape. Now, to your question, if he doesn't step it up this year, again, it depends on his opportunities. But he's got to make the most of them. Of that, there is no doubt. And there should be opportunities on a team where there's no more Devontae, and you got to think the edict is going to be to spread it out. Well, there you go. There's the brass ring. Go grab it. You're always competing. You're always fighting for a spot. There's no doubt about it. Jeff, what's up, man? Exciting news about our new tight end Wolf. I'm reaching. Really reaching there, Jeff. Yeah, no. Cyril, what's up, man? Talk me down. I can't stop watching Christian Watson highlights. Why does my gut tell me this kid is going to be a star? So pumped. I feel you, man, and I think the Packers clearly agree with you. There's a reason they tried to get into the first round to get him, and there's a reason they jumped up in the second round to get him. I'm with you. I think he's got all the tools. It's really about him learning the pro game, being consistent, learning from mistakes. If he can do all that, as he's going along here, he's got a chance to be special. I wish I could temper your enthusiasm, but I share it. I think they got a really, really exciting prospect. Now, none of that means anything if he doesn't do the work. It's on him. But man, I tell you, the ceiling, yeah, it's 50 miles high, no doubt about it. No Amari slander until camp. Ben, yes, I know. I said that during the draft. I understand. However, I thought that was a well-meaning, fine, not intellectually disingenuous question about Amari. So I answered it. But I hear you. Yes, the edict is no Amari slander until camp. Got a question. Are you nervous the Jaire situation is becoming similar to Adams? No, not at all. Not even close. No, sir. Adams was a soon-to-be 30-year-old wide receiver who was getting the bag towards the end of his career and wanted to go play someplace else with his best friend. Jaire is going to get paid. He's a cornerstone of their team, and he's young as hell still. It'll happen, most likely prior to training camp. Before COVID, if you were out on IR, you were gone the rest of the regular season. Well, Travis, is that strictly true? No, that's not strictly true because there were still scheduled to or able to return. I don't remember what the phrase was, because at first it started with one, and then they expanded it to like you could do 2 or 3 dudes, and then during COVID, that's when they made it like you had to be out for 3 weeks, and then anybody could come back. So it's kind of been a progression, but they had started that prior to COVID. Week 2 bye seems early. It's not. I get it because they're playing the Bears at the bye week. You're funny, man. You're funny. Hey, man, hit that button, like, and share around. Shadid, yeah. You tell the people. You tell them what's up. Have I seen Top Gun yet? No, I haven't seen. I can't give Tom Cruise more money. That cat is a Scientologist. Please, like when it's on some streaming service somewhere, I'll go. I'll probably watch it because by then it's like whatever, pennies on the dollar, right? But I'm not spending my hard-earned money to support Scientology. Can't do it. Sorry. That's just me. This is something I'm into. That's how I roll. I hope Watson is a Hall of Famer and I can rub it in the Vikings fans' faces for 20 years. Yes. Correct, sir. Dennis, what's up? Dennis is printing dance recital programs and watching on his phone. Dennis, you are a true diehard. I love it, man. I love it. What was it? Yeah, leave my former Clemson football champ alone. Hey, man, I understand people being like suspect about Amari after his rookie year. But I think a lot of the reason he wasn't as productive as maybe a lot of people were hoping was outside of his control. Nags, you aren't the only one to not watch Top Gun. Yeah, I'm sure. I have no doubt. I have no question. Dachshund with maybe my favorite comment ever. Hey, Nags, I got nothing. It's that time of year, right? That was happy hour last night was kind of slow too. It's like the draft has happened. Ooh, we get the schedule release. Yeah. It's like the guys aren't back on the field until the 23rd. So now it's like, what we got? I got nothing, says Dachshund. Brandy, that is an involved question. How does the urine analysis program operate in the NFL? Well, you get surprised with notes from the NFL in your locker that you have to go and randomly get tested. I know guys are not fans. Can you ask LaFleur to run more dual running back plays? The split back Aaron Jones motion plays are awesome. Ben, Matt doesn't listen to me. We all know this. Although I will say, I did tell him I teased him that he needed to use A.J. Dillon on short yardage more early last year, and then he did it, and he was successful. So that's why I teased him on transplants. But yeah, no, he's not listening to me. Please, come on. Although I'm with you, the pony package where you have both of them in the backfield and you motion one, and it doesn't even have to be Aaron and AJ. It can be like Aaron and Cobb. They did that against the 49ers a bunch last year, and it was really effective. But I'm with you. I like that idea of those two skill position players back there, kind of in tandem, split back, what have you, and send one in motion, or just run AJ right up the gut, man. Like whatever. Or what I'd love is to do send Aaron out in motion and then have AJ run an angle route over the middle. Now you're cooking with gas. Why do so many Packers fans either want Jordan Love to be traded or to see him fail? David, that's an excellent question. I think they see it as a perceived waste of value and or a pick because he was taken in the first round, and the assumption was that's the heir apparent to Aaron Rodgers, and now Aaron Rodgers has been extended for a couple more years. And so I think people want to and they haven't loved what they've seen, the very, very little of it that we've been privy to of his play on the football field. People are impatient. People want to kind of move on to the next thing. And I do think there is a section of the fan base that hated that pick, love Aaron Rodgers, and see Jordan Love as a representation of the attempt to move on from Aaron. Now, the Packers have clearly, re-upped with Aaron, at least for a couple more years. So it's not like he's a threat. And as Aaron even said prior to Jordan Love being drafted, you're not going to bring in anyone who's going to beat me out anytime soon. So I am fascinated, though, to see how Jordan looks this summer. But yeah, it's, I think people just see it as a quote unquote mistake and they want to move on. I think he's valuable as a backup. And I understand if the Packers want to hold on to him. Rodgers hurt toe. What's up, man? Thoughts on Brady's commentary deal? I talked about it yesterday a little bit, but it's a good buzz for Fox. But I'd be shocked if there aren't, provisions and outs in that contract for both parties. It's no joke. That job, it's only one game a week and blah, blah, blah. But you got to work, you got to travel, you got to know your stuff as far as who's on the team. You got to keep up to date, production meetings, what have you. It's probably a lot less of a grind than playing, obviously, but it's still work, man. So I don't know, 10 years? Brady wants to do that for the next 10 years? I don't know. We'll see. Dave, what's up, man? Assuming all else is equal, would you rather have Jenkins next to Bakhtiari or playing right tackle? Whew, that's really good. I love him next to Dave just because I think it forms such a great tandem. Really depends on who else is on offer at right tackle and how they're doing, right? If this young kid from UCLA can man it, or Yash shows out there at tackle, I got no problem with keeping Jenkins at guard. But, obviously Jenkins is a phenomenal talent. And if he's best utilized at tackle and, they've got the horses to do it inside while he's out there, yeah, I think that's fine. But I really like putting Dave and Jenkins together. What else we got? The I told you so's want to be right. Yeah, Gary, there's a lot of that. Tyler, what's up, man? Now that COVID is, quote, over, when is the film session between you and Matt LaFleur, or was it changed to him armchair QBing your Madden game, pre-camp content? Yeah, I'm actually going to be in town in Green Bay, between Milwaukee and Green Bay, that first week of OTAs. And we're not going to do it then, but we're going to probably talk about it. So hopefully something soon. We'll get something together. Now, it's not going to be like, we're not going to go in there with a live camera or anything. It's literally just going to be watching tape. But yeah, hopefully sometime before training camp. Alan, what's up, man? Love seems to have a big, inefficient throwing motion, at least compared to Rodgers. Haven't seen enough to know. What do you think? I'm with you, Alan. And it's interesting because if you remember how Aaron carried the ball coming out of college, where he had that, like the Tedford release, and then gradually over time, he kind of lowered it a little bit, and he's obviously developed his throwing motion into one of the quickest releases ever. Yeah, Jordan does have an elongated motion, and it gets him in trouble every once in a while. The play where he got hurt in preseason last year, I think, is a perfect example. If he can get that out of his gun, he's probably got a big gain up the left sideline. But it takes him a bit, and he gets hit and he gets hurt. So, and that's obviously an extreme example, but no, your eyes do not deceive you, Alan. That is something that I would suspect they're probably working on and trying to shorten up at least a little bit. You don't ever want to like completely hammer out kind of a guy's natural ability, right? And he can still throw the pigskin. He's obviously gotten to this level. He knows what he's doing. But yeah, I think there's probably some work there being done as far as just speed it up just a little bit, because yes, I'm with you. It is noticeably, and it's like some of it you got to think is our eyes being so used to Rodgers over the last 16 years, like one of the fastest to ever do it. Coming off of that, everyone's going to look slow. But you just look around the league and you can tell he's a tick slower than most people. And that is something that he's got to shore up. Travis, what's up, man? Christmas Day is a Sunday this year. Nothing special. Yeah, but it's Christmas, dude. It's Christmas. I want to spend it like, around the fire with my kids. I'm watching some football game without them, That's just me. That's just something I'm into. Dave, what's up, man? I always felt Rodgers was best when he had rock-solid guards, i.e. Sitton and Lang. As long as the interior was solid, he could handle edge rushers with pocket movement and getting the ball out on time. You are 100% correct, Dave. That has always been a major strong suit. Everyone thinks about Rodgers making plays outside the pocket, which of course he has and does quite often. But a big part of it is his ability to feel like that edge rush and step up into the kind of the natural lane because that interior is so solid, and then find his escape route to the left or the right. It's funny, Aikman actually references that in Bosa's sack of Rodgers in the playoff game, because Rodgers does exactly that. Bosa comes up the right side and Rodgers steps up and tries to escape out, and he actually has a free lane, but Bosa's so quick that he just kind of doubles back and gets him. But yeah, that's something he's done throughout his career, and he's been excellent at it. There's zero question about it. Good morning, Nags. Good morning, James. Hope you're doing well. You've arrived just in time to see me leave. I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Cheesehead TV social channels. I will most likely, not promising anything, but most likely be back tonight once we have a full schedule to talk about. We'll have a breakdown, talk about all the wins the Packers are going to collect, and then who they might play in Lambeau in the playoffs and break our hearts. I'm kidding, but am I? Anyway, please do me a monster favor. Hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV. We are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Go Pack Go.